Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about what I did is I interface Raspberry Pi Pico with MQ2 sensor. MQ2 sensor, what is MQ2 sensor? MQ2 sensor basically is like LPG gas leakage in your, probably when it's happened on your kitchen, there's LPG gas which is turned on, and this sensor, particular MQ2 sensor, will detect the LPG gas and it will trigger, you say, let's say it can trigger on LED on or buzzer on and so on. Particularly it will be using ADC reading for our MQ2 sensor. Microcontroller that I was using is Raspberry Pi Pico, Pi Pico SDK, which I will be using C++ language. See from this code itself, we have libraries that involve is STDIO, standard input output library, Pico SDK hardware ADC header and hardware PWM header file. Then we have ADC pin, which we will involve is 26 pin. The last is GPIO pin and the buzzer pin. And particularly using the Citron tag Maker Pi Pico, they say is actually like a shield board, which we can plug in our Raspberry Pi Pico on top of it. Then we can get all the GPIO involved. Like you can see, there's a buzzer, LED. Every LED is involved on the GPIO side, SD card, and so on. So this is, I think, one of the Maker Pi Pico features. It's just a shield actually to Raspberry Pi to put it on top. So the next thing is we have all these, and we have a definition of samples which we having on the MQ2 reading. Then based on the practical reading which I get, we have a normal level, which is 550, warning level 800 will be blinking the LED on board, and a danger level which is 1100, which will be turned on the GPIO 14, which is the LED red pin. So simply we have a simple ADC average filter on it. Then we have STDI in it all. We turn on the LED, all the set the direction as output. Then we initialize the ADC from the Raspberry Pi Pico SDK. ADC select input on channel 0. Then GPIO set function for the buzzer pin as a PWM. This buzzer is active buzzer, we would say, because we're using the digital, which is PWM involved here. Then next we just running in a while loop. We read the MQ2 average, which is the filtering for the sample for MQ2 sensor. Then we can print out the smoke value here. So if the smoke value less than the warning level, then it will be turn on the green pin, which particularly will show on board LED on the Maker Pi Pico. Then if is then will be turn off the LED pin and green pin if it is more than the danger level, which is exceeds 1100. For the particular practical examples, I wouldn't say I follow the MQ2 sensor datasheets, but if it exceeds the danger level, then we will turn on the red pin LED red pin. Then if the smoke level is exceed also the danger level, we will turn on the buzzer itself. So this will be then the while loop is keep on running. And on my CMake list, we have Pico enable STDO USB and a UART. Enable USB to print out our data onto the terminal, which is the in the UART protocol. Then the target link libraries, basically the dependencies is called. So we have a Hello ADC, Pico STD lib, hardware ADC, and hardware PWM we added on. So this is just a dependencies of libraries that we needed for the MQ2 sensor to be working. So particularly from this source code itself, I wouldn't say I follow fully on the datasheet. I just try to play around with the ADC reading and see what is in a practical approach for which reading. For example, I turn off my LPG sensor. For my MQ2 sensor, I will see whether if there is a gas presence, it should be what is the value that it involves, and I just from there I just manipulate the ADC reading and based on the practical application. So I have a lighter here. So for example, I just flame it up. It'll be turn on the buzzer particularly. So we have here a term. Let me turn on it because I will output on my COM18. Okay. Currently my smoke value is 373, 74 like that. Let me turn it on again because particularly it needs some heating. So we can hear that when initially we plug in. So for example, I just turn on my LPG. So I didn't on my fire. I just trying out the LPG. It will light up the buzzer actually. Yeah, light up there particularly. You can see my GP14 is turned on board on the Pi Pico. If it's the warning letter, it will be GP15 warning level. If I turn on my lighter, just the gas itself, it will be turned on GP14. So it will be detect whether the LPG gas is around. Then it will be increased to 1,100 above, which is trigger the buzzer. We can involve the MQ2 sensor to be interfaced to the Raspberry Pi Pico. In a practical application, I wouldn't say it follow the datasheet itself. Say it's 100% accurate because I just based on the practical level of ADC reading, I try to make it into a project or application. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.